Hello and welcome. It is I, Sylvia Hartmann, coming to you live from beautiful Eastbourne by the sea, where it is raining cats and dogs and probably mice as well. But that's all right because above the clouds the sun is always shining. And even a little bit higher up than that, the stars are always sparkling and sending us their love and light. Delighted to be with you today, and we have a special topic. Yes, indeed, we do. Our special topic today is tapping. And I love tapping. That is such a funny thing. I was somewhere the other day and somebody said to me, "Of course, you don't like tapping, you hate tapping." And I was like, how can you say this? How can you say this to me? I am, oh my God, I have written so many books about tapping. I've written so many courses. I've done so much for tapping to bring tapping to the human beings of this world. How could anybody possibly think that? And they said, well, you don't talk about it much. You don't do many videos about it. You don't seem to be promoting it much. And I'm like, wow, wow. I love tapping. I think tapping's awesome. So, yeah, I thought I'll dedicate today's energy show to I love tapping and say thank you to all the wonderful things that have come about as the result of tapping. Good morning, dear Alex and Marianne. Welcome to the live stream. And I hope you are being well today. And I hope after we're done here, you're going to be even weller than you were before. So I've got my little smiley face pendant here. And yes, that is a callback to the very first book that I ever wrote and published about tapping. And it was called Adventures in EFT. And for 3 years, that was the only book in the English-speaking realm available on tapping. And that's what it looked like. And it had a big smiley face on it. And if you look at the back, there's a road and there's a sad smiley face all squashed up like a fried egg. And then a neutral smiley face and then a happy smiley face. So even back in 1998, we are talking about the modern energy chart, which ends up with happy, positive emotions. Not just getting rid of your old negative emotions, but indeed feeling happy and bright and cheerful. And this is quite funny because, back in the day, everything stopped at zero. If you tapped the negative emotions away and you had no negative emotions, you were sent home, treated, done, cured. No, it wasn't. It wasn't the cure. My aspects back then already knew that we wanted more than that smiley face that's behind there, the middle one, where it just has no emotions. We knew we wanted more than that. We wanted the happy emotions, because our happiness matters. And I knew that back then already. What I didn't know was that it was going to be leading me into all sorts of interesting troubles. Good morning, Marina. Hello, welcome. And hello to everybody else who's watching who hasn't said hello yet in the chat. That's wonderful. And also really happy welcome To you, dear time-space visitor, who's not with us at 10 a.m. UK, but is watching the replay. I'm super happy that you're here. Please remember to hit the like button, leave a short comment, and YouTube will say, "Oh, there's something going on here. This is something we can show to more people." And I would absolutely love that. So yeah, my statement here, and this is an official statement from the president of the Guild of Energists. I love tapping. I love all of it. I love every minute that I have spent, that my aspects have spent over the past 25 years doing tapping for myself with so many other people. So many other people. Oh my God, with huge groups under all sorts of circumstances, with individuals for their particular problems. I've done so much tapping in the tapping trainings, the foundation trainings, the old classic trainings. Oh my. And I love all of it and every minute of it, because every single time I engaged in that, doing tapping, doing classic EFT, doing energy EFT, and now doing modern energy tapping, I have learned something about the energy system, about my own energy system and that of other people. I've learned about how the mind reacts to energy flow. I've learned about connections between things. And none of us would be here today doing what we are doing right now if it wasn't for EFT originally, and then energy EFT, and then modern energy tapping. It's been an absolutely wonderful unfoldment, a wonderful development. And so this is my official statement, first of all, that I love tapping, which is why it is in every modern stress management course. It is in every foundation course we have for modern energy. I'm using it in the power of the positives. I'm using particularly hand tapping all the time. And I think it's a super method that you can give to people who might be overwhelmed by working directly with the energy system, or they might be confused. And so you give them the picture and you tell them these are the points you tap on. And now we are so lucky that we have the positives to make us feel better rather than having to go into deep psychoanalysis of ourselves in a moment of crisis. Yeah. And then we give these people and say, you can do that and you will feel better. And it's absolutely marvelous. It's wonderful. Every single person in the world should be aware of the fact that you can change your emotions by tapping on these meridian points. It's an absolute wonderful thing. I'm going to say good morning to Lioness and Francesca and Simona. Hello, welcome. We are talking about tapping and that I love tapping. I think it's wonderful. Where we have a limitation with tapping is that when you give a person off the street who has literally no idea that they have a living energy body, and they have no framework of reference for this, is that they don't understand what's working and that they don't understand what this is. They might even get frightened of, some of them get frightened of it when they have a significant emotion and they're tapping and it just goes away. And it's like spooky to them or scary. Or they might think that it somehow conflicts with their religion, that they're doing something magic. And that's forbidden. You're not allowed to do that. By itself, tapping is just an odd duck. It's an odd duck. A weird thing, a strange thing, an inexplicable phenomena. But when you put it in the framework of modern energy and say, hey, we have a real living energy body. We really have energy flows like veins running through our body. And they can get blocked up. And when they do, that hurts. And the pain of that is actually an emotion. And when we tap on these points with our energy hands on our energy body. We're encouraging energy flow. And sometimes these blockages release and energy flows through, and we feel so much better. Then we've got a framework of reference, and now tapping makes sense. And that is where I want tapping to be, where I want to see it, not as some spooky, odd duck, fringe psychotherapy thing, but as a applauded and lauded method for beginners in energy work, in real practical energy work. So yes, this is what I wanted to say this morning. And I've got a helper here with me today. You might have already spotted it. I have been working on this very hard for quite some time. So say hello to my thank you painting. And it is really very much more sparkly than the camera can give it credit for. And it's been a long journey to do this. And I'm just going to show you a little close-up of this. So that you can see just how many tiny little facets there are on it. And there's my finger there in comparison to the size. Now I felt moved to make that, and it's a kind of an atonement for me. I have placed every one of these little things by hand over a period of now many weeks. This took a long, long time to do. And every single one of those is kind of an apology perhaps, or an atonement for a time when I wasn't grateful enough for something. Somebody bought a book, let's say, and I wasn't grateful enough. Or somebody did me a favor and I wasn't grateful enough because I just wasn't in the right state. I might have been too stressed. I might have been distracted by something else. Or perhaps I just hadn't evolved enough to be able to have these real outbursts of gratitude that I have been experiencing ever since we started doing Star Matrix. And so today I'm going to hold this up and say thank you to Gary Craig for bringing EFT to my attention. Thank you for Jim Diamond for inventing it in the first place. Thank you to Roger Callahan and Mary and the Water Story, which is just wonderful. Thank you to the people who helped me back in the day to translate the basic tapping protocol of Classic EFT into 125 languages and spread EFT on a page around the world. Thank you for the foreign publishers who have published versions of Adventures in EFT in Czech and in German and in Italian and in many other languages besides that. So thank you. Thank you to everyone who has ever downloaded or purchased one of my many books on EFT and tried it out and tapped with it. Thank you for all the students on my EFT courses who have gone forth and gone out and helped so many people with so many problems around the world and are still doing this today and spreading it further. Thank you to the GOE trainers who are going out to train practitioners who are going out to help other people. Thank you. Thank you to absolutely everyone who's ever taken the leap of faith and said, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm just going to try tapping on these points. And thank you for taking that leap of faith, for giving it a chance. Thank you. I love tapping and I love EFT. I love classic EFT and all I've learned. I love energy EFT and all we learned there. And we wouldn't have Star Matrix if I hadn't had these experiences with the students on the energy EFT course who couldn't accept or think about anything other than their childhood trauma. Wow. we've learned so much, and there's still more to learn. Through tapping, with tapping, by tapping. So thank you. Thank you very much for the blessing and the gift of tapping, because before that arrived, we had no method to change emotions, just like that. We didn't. And then EFT came along, and then we did. So that is my public statement. I don't think I can make it any clearer or any louder, as I will. Try and hang that back up. Not sure if it'll be straight. That'll have to do. There we go. Yes, and if you'd like to join me, I would like us right now to give a heartfelt thanks to all tapping and everybody who does tapping. There have been lots of disagreements in the tapping community, and a lot of people are fighting there and have their disagreements, and things have happened over the decades. But really, today, let's just take a moment and take all of that and take it together. Assume the heart position with me, if you will. And what we're going to do is we're going to first of all focus on how grateful each one of us is for tapping, for their own star moments when tapping has really, really helped us. And if you are new and you've never done any tapping, or you hate tapping, or you've rejected tapping, I would ask you just to focus on a future time when tapping has either helped you or enabled you to help another person in an astonishing way. Star events of tapping. Now that would make a fine Star Matrix special masterclass, wouldn't it? See if we can get a rising gratitude for tapping. Breathe deeply. Allow that gratitude to actually rise up in you, if you can, into your heart. And when you can feel your hands beginning to tingle a little bit, that means that we are ready to give a blessing from our heart. And today I'd like to give the blessing from my heart to everyone who is involved in teaching and showing and sharing other people how to tap. Unconditionally, any modality, any kind, any shape, any form, everyone. And I'm going to send a blessing from my heart to all of them. And I'd like you to join me to do that as well. Whew. And now I'm feeling lovely sensations of tingles, got lots of energy, and that is the perfect moment where we join together and give a round of applause now and a cheering on to everyone who's trying to get tapping into a hospital, trying to teach it to others, trying to bring it into a school, every single which way you'd like to think about it. I can't clap too loudly because my mic will go out, but I can tap like that as well. Whew. And there we have it. Ooh. Oh. Alex says, I love your thank you painting. Thank you very much, Alex. Yes, in real life, it sparkles a lot more than it does here on the video. And yeah, that painting is a labor of love in the true sense of the words. And it's been just wonderfully, been wonderful for me. Revitalize Your Life says, I love tapping and tapping loves me. Good morning, everyone. Good vibes. Tapping loves me. That's nice. Yes, I love that phrasing. Thank you for reminding us of that. Uh, Francesca says, Francesca Annibali, Blue Planet Vision. Sylvia, will you guide us in a tapping mini session, please? Of course I will. Of course. We can't do I love tapping without doing a tapping session, can we? Come on, that would be terrible. What kind of thing would that be? Okay. Yeah, give me some ideas. What would you like to tap on this morning? What would you like to tap? So what would I like to tap on while I'm answering this question while I'm waiting for some responses here from my assembled group in the chat. What would you like to tap on? Bearing in mind that if we're tapping here together, first of all, we all here, me and you guys in the chat, we are going to be tapping together. So that's 10 people or more. Actually, that is already enough to change the world when we're doing this at the same time. But then the other people come in that are watching the replay and are doing the tapping with us with all their hearts. And that's sort of a rippling effect. It creates a time tunnel, if you can sense that. So that's quite nice. So yeah, let us be aware and be advised that we are going to change the world today. Together. Francesca suggests a sense of renewed passion and purpose. Okay. Right. So let us do that. I have got a masterclass coming up for GOE members called Tapping into Star Matrix, which is going to be a 4-week masterclass special on energy tapping with high energy events. And if you're a GOE member, and particularly if you work with clients, I suggest you look into that. That's going to be a fun thing to do. That makes me think. And let me just put that on the screen. Francesca says, a sense of renewed passion and purpose. And the minute I saw that, I thought, well, I've been connecting here through this thing and the thank you with the time when I first started out with showing other people how to tap, with the excitement and the conviction of that time. And I think that's the energy we want to be tapping into. This powerful beginning energy. This beginning energy that launches everything, where we are not used to it yet. It is so amazing. It is so new. A miracle expansion has just happened. And now things are possible that were never possible before. So that's, I think, what this is perfectly the right level of energy. So by all means, I'm excited. I'm tingly. All right, so if we're ready, join me in the heart position. If anybody's new here, we just point to the place where we say, that's me, that is I, the center of your heart of energy. We'll place the center of your leading hand over that point and the other hand on top. And that is the heart position. And we'll become aware for a moment of our physical hands on our physical chest. How that whole body movement happens when we breathe in and out. I do like making those noises, I do. I really find they help me get in the mood. Oh, yes. Here we are. set up in the heart position. I want to reconnect today with the energy in my life when I was most excited, most passionate, and most clear about my path and purpose. Reconnect me with my passion. My passion for energy work. Just gently tap on that point and move your body. Move your body to respond to the energy flow that happens here. My passion for energy. My passion for energy. Oh, and here we have the third eye point. My vision for energy. My vision for energy. I like to tap the bilateral points together. My excitement about energy. My excitement about energy. I want to connect with my original excitement about energy. Breathe deeply before we move on to the next point, the corner of the eye point. I want to connect with my youthful excitement. My youthful excitement. Very good. Doing really well. That under eye point. I want to reconnect with my enlightenment experiences. My enlightenment experiences. Connect me with the energy of my enlightenment experiences today. Connect me with the magic of my excitement about energy. Connect me with the magic of my excitement about energy. Tip of the nose, the magic point. Ooh. Oh, wow. I want to feel the excitement about energy and tapping in my body today. Reconnect me with the energy of excitement about tapping. Let's go under mouth. Ooh. The joy and laughter of tapping. The joy and laughter of tapping. Remember the joy and laughter caused by tapping. The astonishment of people about tapping. Remember the astonishment of people about tapping and what tapping can do for us and for them. Ooh, let's do the collarbone points. Tap lightly on the collarbone points, and we're going to do, just wake up the world to tapping. Wake up the world to tapping. Oh yes, that gets nice energy flow for me. Wake up the world to tapping. Oh. And for the finger points, let's do. All right. Tapping is healing. Tapping is easy. Tapping is transformative. Tapping is enlightening. Oh, yes. Tapping is enlivening. Finger point. Let's do the karate chop point as well. Tapping is the cure for many problems. Very good. You're doing really, really well. Let's do the next thumb point. Tapping is for everyone. Absolutely everyone. Everyone can tap. Everyone can tap. Tapping brings hope. Tapping brings hope. Tapping is so helpful. So helpful. Tapping is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Tapping is brilliant. Tapping belongs to all the world. Tapping belongs to all the world. Let's do the 2 karate chop points together to honor Classic EFT. I say, I wish the world to learn to tap. I wish the world to learn to tap. Ooh. Now let us return to the heart position for a deep breath in and out. And now with all our tapping hands so activated, let's make a lovely blessing and just send out tapping to the world like you would release a bird to fly. Yay! Well done, everyone. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And, really sometimes I do wish we'd be in the same room together so I could see your faces now and we could applaud together and see each other smile and laugh together. That would be really wonderful. And one day people will get back together and they will have group experiences together. Until that time, I think you did fantastically well. I absolutely love this. And thank you so much for lending your energy to this simple, straightforward endeavor. Now I want to look at the comments. Cool. So, how was that for you? Give me a little bit of feedback. See how that went for you. Did you feel something? Where did you feel something in your body? What I find really interesting and important about tapping for an individual person is which one of the points that we tapped really gave you an energy kick, which point really responded to the application. Because sometimes you tap on the points and nothing much happens, but then other times you tap on somewhere else and it's like a mini lightning strike or or an idea flies in or something happens. But it really, or you tap on a point and it feels really like tender, as though it's wounded or injured, and you don't want to tap and you just want to gently stroke it instead. This is something that I'm always very interested in, and I always ask, if I'm tapping with somebody else, with a client, for example, I always ask them this feedback because it's important, and it's important for the person to, draw their attention to it. My really strong reactions came here on the collarbone points when I don't remember the setup. I'd have to rewind the video and see what it was. And the other one was on one of the finger points here, the ring finger point on this hand. There was like a real. So when you feel it, you know something has happened in your energy system, something beneficial. Blockage has released, or some things come to life, some things sprang back to life that may have lain asleep or dormant or unused for a long time. It's really interesting and important to pay attention to that. Ooh, okay. Revitalize says, feel tingly all over. Wash hands. Yeah, once we've activated the hands, you've got to do something with them. And if you can't at the moment because you're doing something else, like I am here doing Sunday Live, clapping the hands helps, but also then just sending out a blessing. That helps release that built up energy then from your hands. Ha! And you get nice, fresh, new energy flowing in through you. So we should do more blessings. Lots more blessings. Oh. Francesca says, uplifting. I felt a light uplifting energy in various face points, especially from the nose to the chin and in the left ring finger point. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I had the ring finger point as well. And that's nice. Good. Keep paying attention to that. Because if you're doing tapping over time, and I'm talking now 10, 20 years, you're building up a map of your own energy system. And that's really helpful. And as you become more experienced, you might then all of a sudden, you might already know you don't need to do the whole tapping sequence. You know that if you just tap that lightly, then the thing will go, or the energy raising effect will help, because you have learned how your own energy body reacts to the application of tapping, which is great. And one of the other next stages of development of modern energy, really. Cool. So, yeah. Thank you, Francesca, for the idea of the sense of the renewed passion and purpose. Passion and purpose. Yes, I'm a big fan of passion and purpose. Okay, so I would like to leave you with something that I saw yesterday, and I absolutely love that. I was reviewing the Modern Energy Foundation course, and on the tapping side, my aspect tells a star story about a lady who wanted to become a real healer, a real energy healer. And my aspect said to her, have you ever in your life done something where you did some kind of healing and it had a real effect? And she sort of looked around and thought about it, as people do. The eyes are going everywhere. And I just watched her and, sent her my energy to help her. And then she said, oh, yes. 15 years ago, I was at a party. And I don't know what happened at all. I have no idea what happened there. But there was a man there, and he was talking about having this awful backache. And I don't know what happened to me, but it was like I had stars in my hand. And I walked up to him and touched his back, and he cried out, oh my God, the pain's gone. And everybody was so astonished. Now, back in the days of classic tapping, when we were looking for negative setups, we used to listen really carefully what the client was saying, the negative things they were saying, to try and pick out those words that stood out to us, that had a charge behind them, an energetic charge behind them, and then use those as a tapping phrase, a setup, tapping setup. And when I reconnected with this story, those words this lady said, I had stars in my hand. stars in my hand. Boy, did that stand out to me. Oh my God, stars in my hands. I love it. It's like, look, in Star Matrix, we have the Star Matrix, and it is humanoid in shape, and it is our knight in shining armor. And I thought, oh my God, the stars in that lady's hands, they are like a protection. They are powerful starlight healing. She touched that area, that blockage of that man at the party with the stars in her hands, and it went whoosh. I thought that was so beautiful on so many different levels, in so many different ways. Like if you have this shining, starry, well, gloves, if you will, then your bare naked hands are not touching a slimy injury or a dirty black hole or a nasty old blockage with spikes and shards on it. You are not touching that. The stars are touching that. And that is both more protective and feels so much more powerful. And I thought I'll mention that. And I also thought I'd mention, perhaps when we do tapping, perhaps we can try that, to do the first round for stars in my hand. So that when you're tapping with those stars on your energy body. Something, just an idea, something to play with, I thought would be really rather nice. Hey, Pavel. Hey, good morning. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Pavel says, in tapping classic EFT, I learned that big traumatic events create little echo events in the future. If we tap on little echoes, we can get to big events and heal those. Okay. The next thing says, and then if we tap on star events and create new star events in the future, tap into some star events, and then we can rely our wings on more and more star events in the future. Yes, this is very true. Yes. Tapping on star events is amazing. I mean, it's just amazing. Personal development. Star Matrix is the best personal development method in the universe. When we combine that with tapping, it's fascinating. It's a fascinating thing. Miracles could occur. Moments of transformation could arise. Wow. Yes. Completely agree. Okay, guys. So that was I Love Tapping. I hope that I have, first of all, put the old rumor to rest that I don't like tapping. I hope I've managed to do that today. And the second thing is that tapping, which is touching these energy points with our energy hands, being aware that we're working on the energy body, not obfuscating that, not thinking it's some kind of a weird mind trick or some esoteric weirdness, but simply touching the energy body with intention is a meta pattern that can be used in all sorts of ways, in all sorts of creative ways. And I try to explain this to people in Adventures in EFT, which was really high energy for, my aspects were very excited, and it comes across in the book. That oh man, there is so much potential for that because what we decide to tap on, this is the thing. What we decide to be tapping on is infinite. We have been used to just tapping on our problems. all the time. These are my problems. And even in modern energy tapping, people are always coming at it from the problem side. These are my problems, my problems, my problems. I need the solutions. Using the power of the positives speeds up this process dramatically. No longer do we need to spend 30 years in therapy. Thank the great creative order for that. However, tapping offers the opportunity to go much further. What if we stopped tapping on our problems and started tapping for something else altogether? And really started to become creative in what we are tapping for. This is a natural question that arises as people are getting higher on the energy chart, the energy average. Up to now, it was all problem, 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 problem. We got past the problem, which is nice. We got into the +3 states of, I wonder if I can solve my problem with more positivity. Excellent, excellent. But what else could we be doing to explore creativity, to miracles? Not for problem solving, but just because they're there and they're accessible to us, and we can at least experiment with setups, opening statements that are not designed for problem solving at all. Because, it's my idea is that the problems that we have, we don't even know what they are. And the problems that we think we have, we don't really. But that's a story for another day. So, thank you very much today, guys. That was super, super fun. Susie Mucke, hello there. Hello, my dear. Thank you, Sylvia. Ich wünsche dir einen wunderschönen Sonntag. Ich wünsche dir einen wunderschönen Sonntag too. I wish you a wonderful Sunday. I wish you a excellent week to come. Whatever challenges might befall you or me, let us remember that the less stressed we can be and the more energy high we can be, the faster time will move and the easier things will be for all of us at the end of the day. This too will pass. We'll make it because we are strong and powerful beings. And I will finish with this. Please join me because I love it. I love this. I have an amazing body. Amazing, amazing body. I have a beautiful mind. I have a radiant, living energy body. I am a multidimensional being in the oceans of energy. And my happiness matters. Yes. Excellent, my good friends. Lots and lots of love to you. Thank you very much for being here with me. Please remember to like and share this video if you enjoyed it. Talk about energy. Talk about tapping. Don't be shy. Be enthusiastic. Let everybody know. If we keep doing that, people will hear us, and they too will find something quite wonderful here. Thank you very much for listening, and I look forward to seeing you soon. And perhaps for next week's Energy Show, Sunday Live with Sylvia. Lots of love. Goodbye for now.